Most people think overthinking means thinking too much. It doesn't. Overthinking is thinking, without moving. You replay the conversation, analyze the text message, imagine every possible outcome, and somehow, after an hour of thinking, you feel less certain than when you started. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Some of the smartest people you know are trapped in the same cycle, not because they lack answers, because their minds refuse to stop searching for better ones. Maybe it starts with something small. You send a message, no reply. 10 minutes pass, then 20. Suddenly, your brain becomes a detective. Did I say something wrong? Are they upset? Should I send another text? You create 10 different explanations before the other person even sees their phone. Or maybe it's before making a decision, a new job, a relationship, a business idea. You think about every possibility, every risk, every mistake, every worst-case scenario. And while everyone else moves forward, you're still standing at the starting line. The strange part? It feels productive. It feels responsible. It feels like you're preparing. But most overthinking isn't preparation. It's avoidance, wearing a smarter disguise. That's what makes it dangerous. Your brain convinces you that more thinking will create certainty, but certainty never arrives. Because uncertainty isn't a problem your mind can solve. It's a condition of being alive. And the more desperately you try to eliminate uncertainty, the more anxious you become. That's why overthinking feels like running on a treadmill. Lots of effort, no progress. Here's something even stranger. Most overthinkers aren't afraid of failure. They're afraid of regret. Failure hurts. Regret lingers. So your brain starts searching for the perfect choice, the perfect response, the perfect timing, the perfect plan. But perfection is a moving target. Every time you get close, your mind invents another question, another possibility, another reason to wait. And suddenly days become weeks, weeks become months. Opportunities quietly disappear. Not because you chose wrong, because you never chose at all. The cost of overthinking is rarely dramatic. That's why people miss it. It's not usually one giant mistake. It's 1,000 tiny moments. The text you never sent, the trip you never booked, the opportunity you never chased, the person you never approached, the life you kept postponing until you felt ready. And here's the painful truth. Ready is one of the biggest illusions your brain ever creates. Think about it. Has confidence ever come before action? Or did confidence arrive after you survived something you were scared to do? Most people get this backward. They think action follows confidence. In reality, confidence usually follows action. The overthinking mind refuses to believe that. It wants guarantees first, evidence first, certainty first. Life doesn't work that way, and that's where another trap appears. The more intelligent you are, the easier it becomes to justify overthinking. You can see more possibilities, more consequences, more hidden risks. Your imagination becomes incredibly powerful. Unfortunately, imagination doesn't care whether it's creating opportunities or fears. It creates both. And over time, your mind starts treating imagined problems as real ones. Your body reacts. Your heart races. Your stress rises, all because of situations that haven't happened and may never happen. That's when overthinking stops being a thinking problem. It becomes a living problem. You stop experiencing life directly. You experience your thoughts about life. There's a huge difference. One is reality. The other is a simulation. And simulations can become prisons. The people who escape this cycle usually discover something surprising. They stop treating thoughts like instructions. Just because a thought appears doesn't mean it deserves attention. Just because a fear exists doesn't mean it predicts the future. Just because your brain raises a question doesn't mean you need an answer. That realization changes everything. Because suddenly, you don't need to win every argument inside your head. You don't need to solve every possibility. You don't need to predict every outcome. You can simply move. And movement creates clarity, faster than thinking ever will. A conversation reveals more than rehearsing one. A decision teaches more than analyzing one. An experience teaches more than imagining one. Life starts opening again, not because uncertainty disappeared, because you stopped demanding certainty before taking action. And that's when overthinking loses its power. Not when your mind becomes quiet, not when fear disappears, not when every doubt goes away, but when you realize that thoughts are visitors. They are not commanders. The people who spend their lives waiting for perfect certainty often discover it never arrives. The people who move forward despite uncertainty discover something much more valuable. They discover themselves. Because at the end of the day, overthinking isn't caused by having too many thoughts. It's caused by trusting every thought too much. And the moment you stop believing every thought deserves your attention, your mind finally has room to breathe.